So I feel like this is probably one of the few times that I'm confident this is a hot take. And the reason why it's probably a hot take is because for it to happen, it kind of breaks laws, which seems to be a hot topic in the NBA right now, but we'll talk about that maybe later. Um, we had two players go down. We had LeBron go down and we had LaMelo go down. Both felt a pop in their foot. And we've been given different information for both of those players. So we have LeBron, who is reevaluated 3 weeks, no tear, supposedly. And then we have LaMelo, and within a day, we find out it's a fracture in the foot, out for the season. So obviously, teams hold a lot of power in the information that they give the general public, and obviously, all of those different things. And what I'm steering into this is I think the scans that are done by the teams should be public information. I think that they should have to be uploaded. I think that the report should have to be written out and it should be transparent because there's a couple of factors here. Number one, gambling is a huge component of any sport, and not knowing the availability of a player in a couple of weeks or for playoff pushes, etc., is not equitable gambling in a sense. The second would be we keep hearing these storylines about I flew 2,000 miles to come take my child to a game just to see LeBron play, and then he wasn't playing. Knowing that he's not going to be at a game in 3 weeks because medically he cannot be at that game in 3 weeks, and we know that information based off a scan and a report, helps mitigate that issue, helps take a little bit of that negative pressure off. Now, I'm already ready to counter myself because I know that they won't do that because there's a tactical advantage towards not revealing your availability of players from time to time. And they also don't want to lose the revenue of someone traveling all that way when they have a chance of seeing LeBron, even though we all know that they won't. But yeah, scans, public information. I want to see my Twitter feed with the foot fracture of LaMelo Ball, right? So then we can also rule out the conspiracy theorists of did LaMelo Ball just fall over in the game so that he can tank the rest of the season away and the Wembanyama situation comes up. How you feeling
Well,
about this breach of medical
let's break down all this.
confidentiality?
Let's break this whole opening monologue here. All right. Firstly, we were trying to keep our summaries to about 60 seconds, if you remember. Yeah, for our 100 subscribers here now that we've hit. Yeah, thank you very much for following us. All right, that was the first point. I guess the second point here, those that don't know you so well, like Nick likes to come up with these conspiracy theories, and we've had good fun talking about them over the years. And this feels like what you're sort of alluding to, that hey, does he really have a fractured foot? So what part here is illegal of this whole take, though? I'm just a little bit
So I believe, public disclosure of medical information. It's
okay.
just a classic
Okay.
case of breach of confidentiality.
I think you hit that on the head. I think that's probably true. I don't think medical information is supposed to be publicly available. Hey, if you want to tweet Lamelo Ball now that we have a Twitter account, and if he would like to release his own scans, I guess he has his ability to release his own medical information if he wanted to. I think I don't know. I think maybe if I'm reading between the lines here, are you saying that Lamelo Ball does not have a fractured foot? You don't believe, maybe or maybe not.
I just think it's interesting. I think you could make a very strong case and say that was a very curious injury where basically he's dribbling, he takes a sit down on the court, and then is able to walk, hobbles a little bit. Nothing that I couldn't replicate, with a little bit of practice, right? I could reenact the exact same thing and pretend that I've hurt my foot. And it is in Charlotte's best interest to tank. We've talked about their ambitions. But then the LeBron thing as well, is LeBron resting for a playoff push? Is he resting for this, proving a point about his team not being up to standard? Or is he legitimately injured? But again, with medical transparency of reports and scans, etc., we know there's information opposed to speculating.
There's a pause here because I'm not really sure what's hot about this take because
I
because
think the
it feels like a non-starter because it comes back to that point which you counted yourself, is that medical information is confidential.
Right. So then what we factor in is a lot of information is released anyway about these players' health. And perhaps it's something that's stipulated in the contracts, right? Because we keep hearing about this load management issue and we keep hearing about these fake injuries. And this would be a transparent way of mitigating that. And the reality is their bodies are essentially their tools, right? If they were tradesmen, their tool is their body. And if the tool is broken by any stretch, that is necessary information for the employer, And the employer has that information. That, like, the people within the Lakers organization do know what is wrong with LeBron's foot. They have that diagnosis. A scan has been done, etc. It's just, why is that not public information, right? For consumers of a product that may or may not be there to see him, may or may not be trying to, I guess,
But
hinge
you just
certain
covered that.
plans.
It's not public information because it's medical. Name a single sport where when there's an accident or injury that occurs to a player that they release the medical information or scans. There's not a single
That's
sport.
why that's why it's a hot take, because I'm saying it should be done. That's where I'm coming. I'm trying to bend or break the law on this one, and that's why it's hot.
Yo, this is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist in giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.